I would like to say cue intro, but there isn't one. So guess what? Let's just go to the Blood Temple. Temple of Blood. Okay.
Blood fountain. Blood fountain. Blood fountain.
What seems appropriate for a blood fountain? Let's see. I'm sure I've got something that support. What is this theme?
That's the one with the ghosts. I remember this one. Bad times with this one.
That'll work. Okay. So yeah, as everybody else is kind of loitering back up here in the passageway. Oh, also, Cadilrell has been dragging around a pet beast man that is already dead, but periodically he has been hurling it into the floor to detect if there's any kind of traps or problems, and it's kind of sort of been useful. Okay, so Cadilrell, yeah, you have just noticed this bubbling section of blood right here.
Can we get the player moved on map?
Oh, would you like to be on the same map as everybody else?
Yeah.
Fine. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's your bubbles.
Oh, great.
I just want to bubbles.
Yay! Who doesn't like bubbles?
Okay,
I mean, they are coming up from contaminated blood, but that's okay.
So, like, there's like it's like a small area with bubbles coming up, right?
Yeah, it's like just. Bloop, bloop.
So almost like I could like peel back a like a floor tile or something.
Possibly. Of course, that means putting your hands down in there. If you want to peel back a floor tile, you're going to have to reach down into the blood. The blood in this chamber right now is probably no more than about an inch deep. And will continue to remain so, no more than that, just basically because of the viscosity. But that's because it's continuing to flow further, deeper into the tomb.
Yep.
Until it gets to fill all of the corners, it's not going to start to really rise.
I probably should gather someone stronger than me to do this, but that wouldn't be very outrider of me. I am now the outrider of blood. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try and feel for like an edge or something which I could possibly prop up.
Okay, on the wall or on the floor?
Well, the bubbles are coming up from the floor.
They're kind of coming from they're right up against the wall.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, yeah, I would be checking the wall for.
Okay, because I mean, where the wall is, I mean, yeah, there's blood splatter on the wall, but it's not quite the same as maybe having to stick your hand down into an inch thick of grease.
Right.
Okay.
So continuing to.
Yeah,
not
you may
face towards
make
the
a
shower.
search check there. Actually, you already did.
Yeah.
We just stopped at the end of that. That's what made you find the
Yeah.
blood. Okay. Yes. So in that case, as you continue to kind of like feel around, suspecting that there is something, you will indeed locate what appears to be like a little indentation, like in the rock, and inside there is some kind of catch or lever.
Well, that's what I'm gonna yank on that thing.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's not just gonna kill me right away. Ooh.
Okay. As soon as you do that, what happens is a section of wall slides away, revealing a dark passageway directly past that. We're using a dynamic lighting map, so for those of you at home,
I'll put myself back. I was curious. I'm sorry.
This is kind of what Cadilrell actually sees. He can only see things that his token can see, basically. And the only reason he can see that is everything that's kind of hinted in red is because he has infravision, basically. So, there you go. Okay.
So I guess at that point I would kind of peek around the edge and see whatever I just would have seen.
Okay.
I would like to pull out an arrow.
All
Seeing
right,
all
you want to knock an
wall
arrow?
move.
Oh, it's not
All
letting me
right.
look that way
So
anymore.
you want to kind of peer directly down. Let
Yeah.
me see. What can you see? Oh yeah. Okay.
There's a bit of a
what you
block
can
there now.
see is something.
Oh, the
most
wall went back
hideous.
up. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I'm like, I can't see anything, you know.
Alrighty. So there is a huge brass throne in the center of the chamber, directly in front of you. Scattered around it are, once again, skeletal corpses. Sitting on the throne is what you hope is a statue of the god Korn himself. A huge, big, massive horned, demonic looking form.
So, I'm gonna back out of this.
Right. The room itself clearly expands to the left and the right, way past what you can see. But nonetheless, you've seen what you've seen.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna.
You need to give me another willpower check, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one of those, and
you've
then
been
I'm
in
gonna
this is another
use
round.
that as motivation to flee. Ooh.
You pass,
Yeah, I
so
did it.
no more wounds this round. So you may move your full movement in whatever direction you wish.
Ah.
Right.
Get
And
out of
give me
that.
just a second. I wanna go out and back in to the game real quick because I've just noticed something kind of strange.
Right.
Give me just a second.
I'm gonna flee back over here and probably trip on my own dead beastman body and be like, oh, okay. Ooh, grounding.
All right, we're good. Okay.
Put the music there.
Yep. Get the music back. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you were going to retreat out of
Yeah.
the main room with the blood fountain.
Yeah, because it was also like, I don't know, it was also cutting off my vision again. It was
Yeah,
like
and
a-
that's what I was just noticing. Let me have a look here. That's what I thought was something funny.
Yeah, because
Oh, I see what's happened. It's moved the darn thing back.
Ah.
There you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
And yeah, 1 second. I just noticed a very small problem. Okay, there. Now you've actually got a tunnel through there. Okay, all right.
That helps.
Oh, good. Just what I wanted. A tunnel.
Yeah, it's just
Now
what
you
we
can
needed.
see into the blood. All
That's
right.
what I wanted.
So yeah, you have discovered a further access into the chambers.
The blood fountain is still spewing. Has it?
Absolutely. Yep.
That would only turn off in D&D.
Yeah, this is Warhammer. It hates you.
Good going, Elf. Good going.
You just spill some more blood
I was just like, there he is. Okay, yep.
because this is starting to.
You would call him Elf?
Fellow elf. It's like speak friend and enter, except we just assume since we're elves, we're better than everyone else, so we're friends.
All right, so by now this whole area here is pretty much getting blood-soaked as it begins to spread into the side corridors and ahead as the room begins to continue to fill. All right, what's your game plan?
Get out of the blood for a second.
Okay. All right. So you're all stepping backwards so you don't have blood
clear.
like pouring up to you. It's kind of it's like a slow creep. The blood is like slowly just creeping towards you at this point. The more time you kind of dilly-dally, the further the blood creeps forward.
Is it not going into that back room, or?
Oh no, it absolutely is. It's just
Okay,
it's gonna fill those side corridors probably more before it fills the tunnel directly ahead, or at least at the same speed.
Okay.
Well,
Did you find the thing we're looking for?
Yes, it's directly ahead of us. Can you not see it?
Well, I don't see the artifact we're looking for, no.
It's directly in front of us.
Yep. So there's old. Jet.
So go get it and let's get out of here.
Can we retrieve the artifact and leave?
There's corners, there's edges, there's possible ambush.
Okay, then what is your plan?
Well, my plan is usually return to the people who would have the plan and then let them handle it. You have to understand I'm a little out of my depth here, and I'm a little covered in shit.
Yes, technically that's blood.
Okay, so are we getting it and then leaving, or are we retreating and then coming back?
If we retreat and come back, we won't be able to get it.
Okay, well, let's do this then.
But what are we gonna do about Odette?
What is there to do about me?
Well, it seemed that every second was hurting Catrell.
So you wait here. I'll be right back.
I'm better at range anyway.
From this far?
From as far as I need to.
Do we have a potion for him? Because he's hers. Look at him.
Okay. Out of character, it won't matter because she's too low for it to matter.
Yeah, for Cat it would work.
Oh,
for
he has
Cadwell.
one.
Yeah.
I've only taken 2 wounds, but every wound is. Oh, my camera just did the thing.
Your camera did the thing.
Oh, I was
It's
asking
back.
for Cadrell,
It's
but
back.
okay.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
Catarel has one, I believe.
No, he gave it to me, but I will return it.
So we all run through the blood together, all three of us, while Odette from ranged. Since she's clearly done enough already, let me look at her, the state of her. She has earned her.
She's
range.
earned her rest, yeah.
She's
I'm
earned her
returning,
range.
She's earned her
the healing
range, yeah.
salve.
But I'm not going to let Bertilda go alone. That's insanity.
Nor I.
I'll stay here and make sure you don't get flanked. Make sure this blood doesn't decide to congeal again.
All right, Bertilda, I guess I'll go on you.
I'm gonna go ahead and just use the healing thing.
Okay.
You want to use it now, or
Yeah.
you want to wait until you get to the other side?
Gives you 4. It's a plus
It will
4.
heal 4.
But
Yeah,
not
okay,
if you drop
good
below
point,
3.
Good point.
You're only down 2, so if you
And
drink
if we're
it
running,
now
then
and
we're
then
gonna
run
get through,
through,
yeah.
you're possibly going to lose some.
Yeah,
So
but I don't want to have to take an action to drink it on the other side in case something happens.
just make sure
That's my
someone
other
else
thought.
is in front. That's all.
Okay, you've convinced me. I'm gonna
so
knock
can
an
I move?
arrow on my bow.
Suddenly
Be
from the
ready.
heavens.
That's it.
So I can move the length of this room in one jog, yeah? And
You
only-
can't. Let me check the. Let me make
How many
sure.
rounds will I have to roll for?
I'm just gonna look and see. So 3 yards per square, and your movement is allows you to move 1 square per movement. So if you choose to use both of your actions moving, you can do that twice. So if your movement is, for example, 3, you can move 6 in a round. Just count the squares. You don't need to really measure because the squares are actually 3-yard squares.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I've actually got it figured out now to how I've put it on Warhammer scale.
Yeah, it'll take us 2 rounds to run through it all.
Okay, so how many squares you said? So that's
So what is your
3,
movement?
6.
3,
So then you can move 6.
1.
So there's the first one movement.
No,
run
I just
through it.
moved 3 squares.
Right? And you can move 3 more squares in a round.
1.
So 1, 2, 3. Be like to here.
Yeah.
All right. And Cadilrel, are you doing the same?
Yeah, gonna try and do it in 2. So I'll just put myself like here to, yeah.
Okay. All right. So Ironically, when you're walking through the blood, as it is not deep enough yet to go above your traveling shoes, that's not really causing you a problem. It's when you go through this room, because it's going... Because bearing in mind, this thing is spraying blood in all 4 directions. So everybody has to make a willpower check. That's in the room, so that's basically just use 3. So let's get a willpower from the 3 of you.
Hey!
Okay,
I got another
everybody passed,
success.
but Bertilda, you did not, which means you lose 1 wound automatically.
Oh man, getting all these good rolls out of the way in case there's something in the next room.
Which we know there's going to be. That's
Okay,
true.
Oh, yeah.
and Odette,
Absolutely.
Odette,
War
are you
hammer.
staying where you're at?
I moved up a little bit to where like the blood is. I'll probably be like just walking back with the blood.
Okay.
And periodically, like every couple turns, I'd probably turn around to just make sure nothing's coming from outside in.
All right. So next round, you guys can run out of it. And once you're out of the room, you don't have to make any more willpower checks, so you're actually good there. All right, so all of you now should be able to see the huge throne. As I said, the throne itself looks like it is made of a deep bronze, or more likely, brass. What was that roll for?
I know the.
We don't know.
What was that?
We
rolled out of
Oh,
nowhere.
it's 34. It's
It was the Satchmo's. It was a delayed willpower roll, apparently. Go roll 20.
Slow will.
I'm gonna have my quarterstaff out.
Okay, yeah. So once again, the statue to the god Korn is seated on the brass throne dominating this large room. Skulls and bones are heaped up around the feet in a macabre and savage tribute. Yep.
I'm gonna peer around the corner.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a bow at the ready.
Get a dart in my hands, as well as my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at the floor to make sure that I don't step in another trap.
Okay.
We should have brought the
so give me
body.
a search roll. Or actually, is it a search roll? It's a where did I put that? Hold on. Sorry. Oh, accidentally closed it out. 1 second. And there we go. Let me move that over here.
Scale, shear, surface. Scale, shear, surface.
Okay, yeah. So, if you're actively searching for traps, then search is the skill you want to roll. So go for it, Spook. Okay, you glance around the floor, in and around the entrance chamber here. It physically looks the same as everything else in the room.
Can I do a magical sense?
Yeah, sure. You've
Ahead of
done
me,
that
if
before.
I sense any
Yep.
power.
That actually worked for you once before, if you remember.
Yes, it's one of the few magical things I've done that was a success, and this is not so much. Because I got blood on my hands,
Right, literally. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing... You kind of focus, but perhaps with all of the gushing blood and everything and all of the chaos energy that's probably seeping around in this room, you're not able to kind of hone your focus onto anything specific.
Well, then I just look at the statue, see if I see an amulet, the thing that we need.
Yeah.
Okay, so are these little bronze-looking things that I can see? Are those skulls?
So there's skulls. Like all of this is bones.
Yeah. I'm looking for the artifact.
This itself is a big big brass throne, and then the stone statue of Korn is in the center of it. You cannot see what appears to be... I mean, at first glance, there is no sign of... If you remember, Farba Odo told you that it was a big brass skull with horns on a chain. You can't see anything that fits that description right now.
Maybe it's in the skull of the stone?
You mean his head?
Maybe?
You gotta lobotomize the statue.
I mean, it's not exactly a god we want to be friends with, right?
But I don't want to touch him either. Okay.
My earlier prayers to him was not related.
That was purely an experiment in an ideology, not a practice.
Right.
Do they have badges for corn?
You haven't got your corn badge yet, yeah.
I don't have my corn badge.
Hey, Cad,
I played with the blood god badge.
Maybe he will respond to.
All right. Okay. So, when Bertilda walked in,
oh great!
Suddenly, you heard like a clattering as rising up either side of the statue, out of the bones, come two of the skeletons. They basically like animate and come to life and begin to rise up out of the pile of bones. How nice.
Them bones.
Them bones, them bones, them dead bones.
Yeah, arrows are super good at fighting bones.
I'm saying you have levels, ranks through Corn's people. You start off as a colonel.
And she means like a popcorn kernel. Okay, yes, so two of these things have animated and risen up. What does everyone want to do?
Kill them.
Okay, well in that case then, those of you that are in the fight, give me an initiative roll. And just in case it becomes relevant, Old Debt, you may as well roll as well.
I mean, I'm almost in range.
Oh, wow.
They just have to move a little bit closer.
Dang!
Matthew Bain on a 60.
That's my addition.
Caddo Rail on a 53. Old Debt with a respectable 43. And with all that heavy clankiness, Bertilda is on a 26. Alright. I got to roll. I got to check on the skeletons, y'all. Okay, so skeletons, agility is only a 25. Wow, okay. So 25.
Aha! I did better than you. Screw you, skeleton.
Plus 25. D10 plus 25. They are a 28. So actually, sorry, they beat you by 2. All right. Okay. Witnessing the bones begin to rise from the pile around the base. Matthew Bain, what do you want to do?
I'm going to begin channeling.
Okay.
Are you?
And
Oh my god!
Oh, wow. A successful channel roll. You begin to focus your energies and draw the magical energies into a focus. Okay.
And I want to use a magic dart on the skeleton right in front of me.
Okay.
And
Cast that spell.
Oh my god, if this fails, I'm going to cry. All right. Now we wait 20 minutes and we'll get a result. Any minute now.
Yeah, the macros built on these sheets are impressive. If you see how complicated they are. On the flip side, however, takes Roll20 a little while to process it. Okay, spellcasting success.
Yay!
Alright, the dart will hit the left bony leg of the skeleton and will do 5 points of damage. Okay. Let's see here.
Man, I miss D&D Magic Missile.
Okay, congrats. You've done
Something.
some pewing. Alright, Alright.
I pewed.
You pewed.
It was
Mom, Dad, I pewed.
mildly successful. Mildly effective, right? That's
Okay.
the word? Moderately?
There you
5
are.
isn't bad. Moderately.
Okay.
Thanks for the sound effect.
That's what it sounds like when your magic dart hits. All right, Cadil Rel, what do you wish to do?
Seeing a hit on a thing that I probably would have been too distracted with the statue to notice all of the skeleton stuff. Seeing the magic dart fly by, I'd be like, oh shoot, and then see the thing. And that's when I'm going to aim and shoot at it.
Okay.
So the same one that...
Aim gives you plus 10, and shoot at the bony creature.
Will do. Eventually. Not 0-10, although I think that would also work.
Hey, another left leg.
All right. Yep. Hits the left leg for how much damage?
Let's find out.
Let's see what you've done.
Why is it rolling
For
a 1?
4.
There was an 8 right next to it. It could have.
I don't know why it rolled both of those, but
I think it's.
Oh, that's probably has to pre-roll the Ulrich's Fury because of the way the macro works. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You fire the arrow, which chips a chunk of bone away from the creature's leg. Aldette, what are you doing back there?
Turning around and looking to make sure nothing's coming behind us.
Okay, nope. You're still safe. Okay, it is their turn. Seeing that, this one will clatter forward to face off against Bertilda, and this one will clatter forward to face one of you two. Okay, so let's first of all roll a d4 and see who the lucky elf is. Oh, that just gone. And he's back. Okay. 1 or a 2, it's going to be Cadorel. 3 or a 4, it will be Matthew Bain. Let's see. The skeleton creature is going to choose... Ooh, Matthew Bain. All right.
Yay.
Okay. The first skeleton... Go ahead and... leave this, but I'm going to use a little... All right, it reaches forward and tries to slam its bony hand into Bertilda. It will succeed on a 22, but you may, of course, attempt to parry with your shield if you wish. You do not. In which case, it will strike you 58. That is the body. So it's going to smack you in the stomach. And it is going to do... 5 wounds total. Don't think that hurts you with your armor and toughness total. I think you can absorb 5.
I got 6.
Yep, okay. So it slams towards you, but it does little but rake its claws across your chainmail. Okay, the other one is going to launch its attack with its bony hand at Matthew Bain. However, he is quick enough to evade its swipe as it catches nothing but air. Bertilda.
Okay, let's
Smash
fight this
bones! What sort of attack are you doing? What do you want to do?
thing. Just the 2.
Okay, so you're going to do an all-out attack so you can get double, so 2 attacks. Alright, the first one will slam the right arm. And it will do 6 points of damage. Okay. The second, swing and miss. Alrighty. And I trust you guys know how many fortune points you still have left.
Yeah.
The only person I know that has 1 for sure is Aldette. I know she's got 1. But I don't know if anybody else has got any left. Alright.
I've got 4, so
I thought they reset.
They reset every physical day, but not every game session.
Oh, okay.
They reset on the day. Which is better for you, because if you have multiple days, then, you know. Yeah. Okay. Beginning the next round. Clatter, clatter. Pitter, patter. Let's get at her. 2 more skeletons rise
Oh, it's son of a bitch!
from the bones. Okay. Matthew Bain.
I'm going to do an all-out attack with my quarterstaff.
Okay, which gives you the plus to hit, but it means you cannot choose to dodge or parry.
That wasn't going to happen anyway. What is it? Plus 10 or 20 for an all-out?
If you do an all-out attack...
It's 20, right?
See, all-out attack is plus 20 indeed, yes.
Alright. Ooh!
Alright, you swipe at it with your staff, but miss. Cadorel. So you have 1 right there in front of you. You have but there are 2 more beginning to rise from the piles of corpses.
Yeah, I'm better off firing into melee than I am having my melee weapon out. So,
Well, you could hit this one without firing into melee.
Yeah, I'll shoot at him.
Okay.
And then he'll come at me, and then I'll be screwed, and that's fine. Okay, that's great. See, I'm just gonna pull back another arrow and then let it go do its thing. Hopefully, it works out.
Pew pew. It will strike the right leg of that skeleton.
There's the damage. That's better.
For 11. Okay, much better. Yeah, that smashes through part of the hip bone and kind of like tears a huge chunk of bone away from that one. Good deal. Aldette.
What is the upper range on my ranged weapons? Does that change anything?
So what do you have?
1632.
Okay, so first of all, can you reach anything at 32?
If I take a couple steps forward into the blood on the ground, but not the shooting blood, I can.
Okay. So yeah, if you can, that basically means that's long range for you.
Okay.
And being long range, let me double check the plus or the minus. I think I know exactly what it is, but I want to double check it.
Yeah, the boys are right at 34, so
Okay.
a couple squares and I should be right in that range.
Okay, it's minus 20 when shooting at long range.
Yeah, that's useless. Minus 20 and then minus 20 for melee, right?
It's 10 for melee.
Minus 10 for shooting into melee. Is it minus 10 for shooting into
No, it's
melee?
minus 20.
No, it is 20. It is
Yeah.
20.
It's 20? Okay.
It's
Yeah.
20 with the aim.
So the aim offsets this to 10. So if you aim and shoot, you're at minus 30 if you try to hit something in melee at this distance.
My skill is 37.
Right? So you can do it. I mean, you just gotta kind of roll really well, right?
Yeah, definitely. I can
I-
totally do that.
I believe in you.
So I'm going to step forward into the
Whoa,
blood.
what did I... Hold on. I just did something strange, and I don't know what I did. Okay, there we go.
Do I have to be within 16 to get the short range?
Up to
right?
16
Okay.
is your short range, and anything from 17 to 24 or 36 is your long range. Anything past 36 you can't hit.
Okay, I'm gonna gingerly wade into the blood.
Okay. Again, as long as you don't go into the blood spewing room, you can get up to about here
Okay.
without penalty.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting that close.
Okay. I don't think it makes any difference if you get that close or not anyway, so...
It doesn't for like my aim, and it also doesn't, except character-wise, I don't think she'd be that eager to step in there.
Okay.
When I'm moving, I'm gonna take a quick glance behind me,
Alright, you're still good.
and then I'm gonna aim, because that movement and aim is my whole life.
Okay, alright, so you're gonna aim up.
Otherwise, I can't hit.
Alright, it is their turn. Alright, so now you elves have got 1 apiece, and we still have 2 on Aldette. Okay. Not Aldette, Matthew Bain. So yours will hit you.
Son of a... Yeah, okay.
And you can't do anything about it, because
Yeah, I
you
know.
did an all-out attack.
I couldn't anyway, I mean...
Right. Okay, it will strike you in the face
Ow!
with its bony fist for a total of 6 points of
Okay.
damage.
That's not too
So
shabby.
you deduct your head armor and your toughness bonus, and whatever's left is how many wounds you take, which is how many?
Just 2.
Okay, that's not too bad. All right,
Yeah.
Satch. It misses you.
I'm so good at this.
Matilda, the first one will miss you. And the second one will also miss you. Okay, Matilda, it is
We
your
are
attack.
so good at this.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and attack the one that I attacked before.
Okay,
God damn it.
that's a miss. And the second...
No, we're re-rolling at least one of those. I'll see.
Okay.
Okay, if you've got a point, yeah, by all means.
Fuck.
Didn't help, unfortunately.
One more!
Nope, sorry, you can only use one.
God damn it.
Okay, back to the top. Matthew Bain.
Same deal. All out attack.
All
Gotta
out
hit
attack.
them.
All right, get that plus to hit.
Still trying to hit the one that has already been hit a few times, right?
Uh-huh,
So
yeah.
hopefully that'll be. Oh my lordy.
That's a miss. All right, Cadil Rel, you can hit yours, or you can hit the one that you've... well, yours actually... Both of yours have been hit, but you struck your one, the one that's attacked, that just charged you. You struck that quite triumphantly earlier.
Yeah, I think fighting my guy first is kind of the vibe, you know,
Okay.
like your mask and then help the person next to you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. That's a minus 10, minus 20.
No, because you are in melee with it. It doesn't
okay.
count
So
as
I'm like
being...
buffeting with the bow and then pa. Okay.
Yeah, you don't get the melee if you're the one. And that's a hit. You strike it in the right arm. Yeah, it's only if you shoot into someone else's combat. Oh, nice. 7. Congratulations. That is a 5-point crit to the right arm of the skeleton.
Right arm. Submit.
Get a
5.
crit roll.
Submit.
The arm is now a dangling, bony nothing. Anything held in the hand was dropped, which basically is the fist. Blood loss is such that it dies, but unfortunately, they do not have to suffer the effects of blood loss.
I was just gonna say it's
So
a little
it is
ironic.
on 0 wounds and has one arm missing, but it is still physically able to continue into combat.
Does anyone else see the irony of fighting a
The
bunch of dry
irony.
bones in the blood gods?
Okay,
doom
hold
thing?
decked. You want to let that arrow go?
Yeah.
And if so, at what one?
I mean, I can only reach these two, so
Alright, so you want to hit the one Matthew, or you want to attempt to hit the one Matthew Bain is slugging it out with, or the one that Cadil Rel just smashed an arm off of?
we'll go with Matthew Bain.
Okay.
I feel like character-wise, it would make more sense that I could see that one better.
Roll a 7 or better.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna hit him.
But you might. Halflings are notoriously lucky.
Minus 30 for my modifier.
No.
Oh,
50
only
off.
off by 50.
Only
Yeah,
off
I
by
mean, that was
50.
close.
Yeah,
All
super
right.
close, guys. I'm really.
So you loose the arrow, and then you can knock a new one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that.
All right. The Bone Boys. It is their turn again. The good news is no more rose from the pile. Only these 4 have risen. So, as luck would have it, it's not 2 new ones every round. Maybe it's every 3 rounds. Who knows? All right, Matthew Bain. Swing and missed. Woo! Cadil Rel. Swing and missed. Bertilda. That will be a hit, but you can choose to try to parry it. And you succeed! You bring your shield up and dicking and knock it. And the second one is also a hit. And you can't parry twice, so that one will strike. It will hit you in the 35 which is the right arm.
Smack right in the 35.
And it will deliver a blow of 4, which does nothing to you. Once again, these wimpy punches are not enough to bust through your ironclad armor. But it is now Bertilda's turn to return. Missed. And second attack is a hit. Oh, and we may have an Ulrich's Fury. Okay.
Hey!
So hitting the right arm, potential Ulrich's Fury. I should have asked you which one you were hitting, and that's a success. So you're going to do 21 points of damage. I should have asked you which one you were hitting first.
It was the same one, the one that I had already damaged.
Okay, then that's a 10 crit to the right arm. It has, basically, you smash into this thing, a side swipe, it goes straight through the right arm, straight through the rib cage, straight through the spine, back through the rib cage, back through the left arm, and there's just a shatter of bones goes everywhere. It is destroyed. Okay, leaving you with just the one. Matthew Bain.
Same old, same old.
Miguel Deland.
Same old, same old.
Ah, you hit it this time! Alright, you rear back and smack it in the body.
Damage is not going to be very impressive, guys, just so you know.
For 6. But, you know, you did some damage. You knocked a couple of ribs loose. Okay. Cadil Rel.
I'm kind of just waiting for that 7% chance that Eldette kills the one fighting Matthew Bane. It's going to be kind of great.
I would love that.
That would be so good. Okay, I'm going to shoot the guy. I'm just going to let the arrow fall.
Okay. And you hit the left arm. Right on the button. 55 needed, 55 rolled. It's a possible Ulrich's Fury. Go ahead and roll it.
Target number is 55, right?
Yep. Not quite, but it doesn't matter. It's still a 10 crit because you'd already reduced it to 0.
Oh, okay.
So taking off its
just
3
been cool.
toughness, still takes 10, so it's a 10 crit.
Let's see what happens. Oh.
22. Okay, yep. It smashes straight through, ricochets off the arm, and kind of lodges up, smashing through the top of the skull. Bones go everywhere. And I'm going to step you back just a second so I can pull this out here. And that skeleton is a shattering mess of bones to litter the floor with. Okay, Oldette. So you can aim and shoot this turn.
Yep. Quick glance just to make sure I'm alone.
Still alone.
I'm real nervous up here.
Another arrow comes flying out of the dark.
Yeah. See this. Minus 30.
You need a 7.
Oh.
Nope. Okay, another arrow misses. All right. We have 2 skeletons left already. So Matthew Bain,
Yeah.
undeterred or with no loss of morale, he lunges at you. 100. He will miss.
Oh, I thought that was in the single digits for a second.
Nope.
Okay.
You're lucky. The other one swings its bony arm and will miss, striking Bertilda. Bertilda, you get 2 attacks on this one. If you wish. That's a hit. Oh, smacked it upside the head. Okay. For 10 points of damage.
What head?
Brings it down to 3. Okay. Second attack. Is a miss. Alrighty. Matthew Bain.
Alright. Same deal. All out.
All out attack.
all the hit percentages I can get, and I miss.
And you miss. Alright, Cadil Rel. Now you are at -20 if you try to shoot this one. Because you're having to not... It makes it a lot harder not to shoot Matthew Bain.
Yeah, but he kind of needs the help.
I'll tell you what we'll do. You can have it without the -20, but then we roll 50-50 to see who you hit. Let's not do that.
Are you sure, Gore? That
Won't we hit a
win-win.
Yes, but we'll hit theirs as well.
Okay, so minus 20. Here we go.
Plug him. Matthew Bain, MVP!
Yeah, that's not gonna
with those minuses, that would be a miss. All right. Aldette. So you aimed and shot. So you can draw. And basically, you're going to have to aim, aren't you? Because otherwise, it's impossible. Okay. And the bones will strike again. Matthew Bain will miss.
Woo!
And Bertilda. It will also miss. Bertilda, it is your turn to retaliate. That's close, but no cigar. Even if you wanted a cigar, and that's not close. You still don't get a cigar. Okay. Matthew Bain.
Alright. 8th time the charm, right?
8 times the charm.
However many it's been.
It's a hit!
Hey!
Alright, you smack into the left arm with your staff, doing 7. That actually reduced it to 0. No crit, but it's down to 0.
Okay.
Alright, Cadil Rel. Here's your chance to steal.
Yeah, steal it!
Kill steal.
Can the Cadil Rel family steal?
Let's find out. Nope.
Our survey says...
No.
Okay. That's a miss. Alrighty. Aldette.
I can steal it.
You can
With
steal
my
it if you can roll 7 or less.
Please steal it. Roll a 7 or
Please,
less.
that'd be so good.
It would be epic.
Story-wise, I want to steal, just so you all know.
I want you to too, as well.
It's a steal! It's a hit! You could potentially...
What?
You could potentially...
What?
You could potentially kill this thing as your arrow whistles out of the dark. You've got to do some damage.
I love this.
So we need a minimum 3. You need a minimum 4 damage, and it's just so perfect.
I love the idea of this.
I do too. But it's a 7 crit to the head. What a long shot!
Here I am awkwardly swinging my staff around, and all of a sudden an arrow goes plump right in the top of it.
You're like an expert archer standing next to you going, I can't do it.
I love it. 7 crit. Go for it. 7 straight crit to the head. Yep. The skull literally just goes and shatters in obliteration. Even on 0 wounds and way back there, technically unable to do anything, Aldette the Halfling still finds a way to be useful. Epic.
I love it.
Alright, loved it. Alrighty, so the last one is going to attempt to attack Bertilda. Yep, he wasn't as epic. Bertilda, you've got a couple of attacks to go.
Remember,
we
guys,
somehow
even
knew
if there's
that
a
was going to happen,
7%
didn't we, really? That's a good solid hit to the right
go.
arm. 11, so... That's a 5 crit. To the right arm. Roll the crit first. Because the second one is...
Wait, you said it was a 5?
Yep,
Is it
a 5 crit. Okay, basically you just smashed the right arm completely off. It is now down to 0 wounds, so your second attack will miss. Okay. Matthew Bain.
Yeah, I'm like legitimately just gonna go and turn in my spot to where the arrow came and just mouth agape and not do anything. I'm just in shock. I'm
That
just
was
like,
absolutely impressive
What?
as hell. Oh man, 7% chance to hit. That's less than 1 in 10.
my
Oh.
voice
What?
is gonna echo. Aldette? Question mark. Aldette?
Yeah. The God of Corn will just be like, fuck this, I'm out.
You guys
Okay.
want it? Here it is. Yeah. Okay. Bronze.
I know
skeleton.
halflings are resistant to chaos magic, but this is ridiculous. All right. Yeah, Matthew Bain, what do you want to do?
That's what I'm doing. I'm
Okay. Oh, that is your
I'm
action. Fair
legit
enough.
in shock. Yeah.
Cadil Rel.
Uh,
You can assist the trusty and mighty Bertilda.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually swap for my axe and shield after seeing the insane marksmanship that just occurred.
It's like
and not
I can't
wanting to
follow
compete.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to my axe and shield, and I'm just gonna stand up and basically get up in the face of
Okay.
the skeleton here.
All
To try
right, go
and,
for it. Melee attack.
His lack of face.
Right.
Yeah, I have not very good axe skills, but here we go.
All right. Aldette, what do you want to do?
How far am I?
Drop the bow, scream
Yes.
"Booyah!" at the top
Smoke
of
a
your
cigar,
voice.
a victory cigar.
Ooh,
Look at our watch. Oh.
I'm gonna check behind me again,
Nope, still nothing.
and last
Snap.
round I shot and then I notched another arrow.
Yeah, so this time you can aim and shoot.
But I can't because I have to move. I think I'm 1 yard too far to hit this one.
Okay. If 32 is your max, then yeah.
Yeah,
think
32
you're
is
right.
my max. So, I don't like getting closer to this blood.
You can move. You can move. As I said, you can get up to the entry point, right up to here.
Mm-hmm. Does that put me? I
don't know.
I think that puts me right at the point where I need to be to hit. Can you stand?
Yep, that gets you just about to 32.
I'll just aim. That's my. I have to aim. I can't do anything else.
Okay. All right. It's going to retaliate. It now has 2 targets. 1 or a 2, it continues to wail on Bertilda. 3 or a 4, it's going to engage the new threat, Cadil Rel. Nope, still going for Bertilda. Bringing down its right bony arm, because it's the only one it's got left. Whistles past your ear, brushing your hair, but does not hit Bertilda. Swipe. Oh, double 0. That's a miss. And normal games, that's a good thing, but not here. However, okay, so because it has no left arm, that automatically becomes a body hit, which means it's a 7 crit to the body.
Hit.
The blow results in serious internal bleeding. The character is helpless. Blood loss is such that the victim has 20% chance. Okay, so basically what that means is physically it is still somewhat animated, but like you busted out its ribcage and part of its spine. It clumbles to like a mass on the floor, and it's like going and chomping at you, but it has no physical ability to attack anymore.
Oh my god, I wish I had like a rubber band or something. Just to muzzle it.
Bottom
just
line
take it
is,
with
whichever
me.
one of you wants to stamp on it, smack it, whatever, you can destroy it. It can do no more harm to you. So, yeah.
Gonna do that.
Yeah, do that. I'll just drop my axe on it to make up
Okay.
for the lack of work I've done.
Alrighty. The animated skeletons are no more, as the magic that was surrounding the chamber has been sated.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. I gotta collect some arrows.
Alright, you want to gather up the arrows that you can?
Yeah,
You gather some of mine too.
I'll probably pick up a couple of yours actually. The ones that are oddly shorter.
The ones that are oddly shorter, right?
Yeah, I'll take those back.
Yeah, I'll get them to you. It is,
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we're looking around at this throne, trying to find
Let
something
me check
that looks.
something real quick. Hold on. Pop. There we go. What does this say? It's me? Okay. As the last skeleton is destroyed, you hear a grating sound. A soft grating of stone upon stone to the left and to the right of you. You hear...
Oh, what fresh hell?
I'm gonna get back to the doorway and... Sorry, I only picked up 2 of your arrows. I didn't get the 3rd.
That's
Because it exploded a skeleton head and it's too worn.
we only get half back anyway.
Oh, damn it, we're not done? Oh, okay.
Done? No, but to the left and to the right, wall sections have opened up, revealing additional passageways to the left and to the right.
I think we should go to the right.
Time out. What about old debt?
What? Well, I mean, the blood's still gushing. What do we want?
Good point. Has anyone come to kill you from behind?
No, not yet. I'm sure you would have heard that.
Can we cover her?
I have really good hearing, so probably. But that's good to know.
Well,
Okay.
then.
I
mean-
want to go back and see if I can use my shield as like to block the splatter.
It could block some, but there's no way a shield is going to cover her from all of this, because bearing in mind it's coming from all directions.
Do we have something we can cover her with, like a cloak or?
it looks like there's stuff hanging on
There
the.
might be, there might be stuff hanging in this room over here. That we could,
It looks like an equipment room. So
Don't worry about me. Just go and find the artifact.
Okay, I'm gonna search the entryway because entryways give me the willies now.
Okay.
And just see if there's any kind of death machine involved here.
Oh, of course,
Maybe.
there's bound to be. No.
Is that? That was a pretty good roll.
How you feel about it?
All right, that's a really nice entryway. Sure, is nothing wrong with this.
yeah, I'm legit. If he says that, I'm entering like without.
Okay. Alrighty. So you wander into the chamber. Let me regale you with what you see. The chamber is stacked with the spoils of exploits. Broken weapons are shattered, pieces of armor are piled high. The walls are hung with giant tattered banners of Imperial forces that were probably once defeated. Give me a perception check, the 3 of you.
Search, right?
No, perception.
Oh,
That's also a skill. Dang.
oh, that's
Perception is if you notice something. Search is if you physically power down and look for it.
right. Got it.
Okay.
Hey!
Cadil Rel. So as you glance around, a few things kind of stand out. Let's see. What I need from you is a knowledge. You don't have knowledge dwarf, do you?
Nope.
Okay, but you do have knowledge empire? Common knowledge
Oh.
empire?
I have common knowledge elves.
Is that the only common knowledge you have?
I am a racist elf. Yep.
Shame, because I have that, but yeah.
Okay. In that case, what you will notice in particular, on the furthest end is a really nice banner depicting the Knights of the White Wolf, which is basically the same temple that hired you guys. Knights of the White Wolf are Ulrich's like elites, basically. You also notice a Beastman headed helmet sitting on a pedestal, and a hammer made of stone, inscribed with strange runes, which no doubt are dwarven. Amongst all of that, it is piles of busted statues, mundane weapons, broken pottery, huge big tapestries hanging on the walls, and all manner of junk that looks like it all came from either a battlefield or some kind of spoils of war or ransacking.
Is that a chest full of gold I see?
No, it is not. It is a chest of junk and crap.
Oh,
There is no gold.
well,
I'm
that's
afraid.
Too bad.
Anything of value? I don't see any brass skulls.
Probably in the other room. I don't know. about the hammer.
To answer Bertilda's question, though, either this or this huge hanging tapestry would probably do what you were thinking. It's large enough that you could completely cover a halfling in it if that's what you wanted to do.
Okay, we're ripping that shit off the wall then.
Okay, which one do you want? The one
Whichever
that's kind
one.
of plain green, or the one that's got like a weird, strange circular like a weird, strange circular.
Insignia.
The one that looks least like it'll curse me if I touch it.
Probably the plain green one then. Okay.
I'm gonna actually take the wolf one.
Okay.
banner of the
I
wolf.
mean, it's on a standard and everything, so it's fairly large and cumbersome. But I mean, it's definitely
I was
carryable.
gonna try and like take it down and like roll it up.
So just take the okay. So take it
Yeah.
off the standard and just roll
Yeah.
the tapestry.
Hey.
Perfectly fine. Okay.
So is all of the armor in mess? Is it either like messed up or does it not look very wieldy in terms of?
Most of it is very old. Most of it is
Looks
also
dwarvish.
battered, damaged, or dented to the point that people that were wearing it probably didn't survive wearing it.
Oh, awesome. Okay, don't want that.
Hey, Cad.
You call me
What-
Cad.
Catarel.
Yeah.
Is this? What is this? These two things.
Oh, this is some sort of dwarven stone hammer. I don't imagine that's terribly useful, seeing it's made out of stone, and that looks like a helmet for a beastman.
Actually, let me rephrase. It's a beastman-headed helm. In other words, it's like a plate helm that's actually got like a it's in the shape of a beastman, if you know what I mean. It's like a plate
Oh,
helm
okay.
that's actually shaped like
so
a
it's
beastman's
decorative
head.
armor.
Yeah.
Something with a little bit of clout.
Also think about it. If you said that's a dwarven hammer, we can use it as leverage over any dwarves we meet to come across.
Carry that shit around.
Like if we need information, we could just wield it and threaten to destroy it.
Well,
in front
the
of
head of
dwarves.
it is actually broken into 3 fragments, but it's laid carefully together, like kind of like the shards of Narsil. It's like
Yeah, I was
they've
about to
actually
say, like
put
Narsil.
they put the 3 pieces of the head kind of back together. But if you try to pick it up, you'll pick the shaft up, and the shaft will pick up
the
with the
shaft.
centerpiece, and then the 2 ends will still be sitting there. But I mean, it's absolutely takeable for sure.
You said shaft.
What do you think?
Okay.
Ethan
Threaten
shaft.
dwarves with it. We say, "Hey, we have this, and if you don't cooperate, we'll destroy it in front of you."
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
well, while
significant to
you
them.
guys are examining the stony bony,
The story.
It looks like our friend Bertilda is about to try to dash across the blood spatter room.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get Odette.
Okay, so you've got the big blanket under your arm, I take it? Or the big tapestry?
Yeah.
Okay. Run.
Whee!
Okay, you flee across the room, and you will have to make a willpower test.
Which I'm gonna fail because my willpower is awful.
Yeah. Yep, you will lose 1 more wound. Hey, at least it's just 1 wound, right? Okay, so, and you'll get to Oldette with the big blankie. Oh, it's a blankie! A big green, snuggie.
I'm gonna pick up the stone hammer while that's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put
go
your
for it.
backpack or whatever?
Sure.
Okay, alright.
That helmet's
Put
big.
down, when you note that, put, put down like dwarf stone hammer, 3 fragments acquired in Chaos Tomb for me. So if it comes into play much later down the road, I won't say, and where did you find that?
Acquired Chaos Temple, you said?
Yeah.
Or Corn Temple?
Corn Temple. That'll work.
Korne, right?
Who dares touch the shaft?
How do you spell corn? Korne or
With
no,
H.
Khorne.
that's right, with an H. Okay.
Corn.
Corn with an H.
Corn. Corn. You have found the fabled corn cob of corn. All right. What do you want to? So you've got the big tapestry. So how's this going to work? What's the game plan here?
Well, I don't want it to get on her, but I don't want to be disrespectful and just wrap her in it like a swaddle and just like tuck her under my arm like a pigskin and run.
I've heard stupider plans.
I know, but that's so disrespectful. I'm not just going to do that. I'm going to ask her how she wants to proceed.
Do we need another person down there?
I mean, there's another room. We haven't examined it yet. I just thought that maybe you would want to be over there with us instead of just standing around.
I appreciate that. Well, I suppose so. Let's do this.
I mean, I could sort of drape it over her and have her on my back if she would rather do that instead of me carrying her under an arm.
I visualize this little green. It'll look like a really bad a poor kid's Halloween costume.
We can Yoda
with a green
it.
sheet fleeing across the room, looking like a sad little ghost figure.
That's exactly what we're doing now.
Dragging it through
That's
the
how I
blood.
want it to happen.
Like, just drape it over us. And...
Just for that image. That's why I want to do it that way.
All right, so you guys are gonna just drape it over you and run.
I'm gonna probably.
Well, I'm gonna
tuck
have
my
her
arms around it so that it actually
Pull it in
covers
tight.
me.
Okay, how are you gonna see?
I'm not seeing.
I can see just fine. Like,
Okay, so you're gonna kind of pull it around your face, and then she's
yeah,
gonna
I just
kind of
am
be
trying to
underneath of it,
Yeah,
pulling
I
it
don't
in
want her
tight,
to get hit.
and then y'all
at
are just
all.
gonna have to double shimmy across together.
No, I
Hey,
don't
you
want
realize
her
if this works,
touching.
we should also do it.
I'm gonna have her on my back. I don't want her. I don't
Okay,
want
so
risk
she's
it
gonna kind of
splashing
get on your
her.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it all.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Okay. Yeah.
And then we're making it back across here, and then I'm gonna let her down, and we're not
All
gonna
right.
tell the others what happened.
No,
They're gonna find out when we have to go back.
So the good news is that totally works. The bad news is by the time you get across, it is so soaked through in blood that you have to whip it off and get it off you before the blood seeps through.
That's
and
fine.
onto
Yeah,
your
we'll
skin.
discard it. We'll figure something else out.
Right.
There's more
But
tapestry.
But it
There's also
got
blood.
you here. It got you on this side.
I'm gonna be trapped in this temple forever. Thanks.
No, we'll figure out another way. I mean, I'm
There's a
remembering
blue
there's
one.
another tapestry. I just chose
Yeah, there was a
this
few
one
more
because-
tapestries in there. Okay, so while they were playing Move the Halfling, so
Is
Matthew
the
Bain, you carefully pick up the broken stone hammer and pocket it away. Okay.
And is this is the Beastman helmet functional or is it just decorative?
Yeah, is it for parade or battle?
I mean, it's made of metal. It's fairly solid.
Maybe we should give this to either Bratilda or Odette.
I was thinking Bertilda. It might not fit Odette.
Well, I mean, Odette would be quite frightening with a Beastman helmet like this.
Frankly, Odette is frightening enough as it is. I'll pick up the helmet and start walking out of the room.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd let him. I mean, I would stop him.
At this point, we
Bertilda,
get
then.
in the corner, we're just gonna see the two.
All right, and you took the banner of the White Wolf as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that back so that I can get a badge.
It's worth thousands. No, I just want a badge.
Odette, you've made it. Good.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys will notice a blood-soaked rag laying on the floor in the corridor.
The good news is there's a few more in there you could use on the return journey, I guess.
It's not a bad idea covering yourself with something.
I'm gonna nudge Gadrel.
You thought maybe you would enjoy this and maybe also not die having it. I'm gonna hand the helmet over to.
I'm gonna look at it. This is how curses happen.
Would you rather I hold on to it until we can get it to the priest?
Potentially.
Wait. Why would the priest? The priest wouldn't use that.
No, just to look at it.
When he says that, I'm just gonna stare at him.
I think he's implying that maybe they could say, "Don't put that on," or.
Oh, you're afraid it's cursed, like the rest of this godforsaken place.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna start kicking the bones around so they don't assemble on us while we're here.
Right. All the femurs go in this corner. All the tibia go here.
We'll see them start moving together if they try to form.
Okay.
Start breaking the ones that move on their own.
I'm gonna go to this to see what's in this room. From
That response. The priest isn't gonna want to wear that.
Okay.
What's with the I don't
in
like
this
that.
room, what you see is what seems to be a large, runically carved stone sarcophagus. However, it is neatly nestled in a pool of blood.
Of course it is.
The walls of the pool are about 2 foot. So, and the blood is like brought right almost to the very top. The sarcophagus is almost completely submerged, save maybe for 3 or 4 inches of the sarcophagus itself and the lid sitting on top of it.
Man, I do not appreciate Korn's aesthetic.
And that's also why I said
Do we remember, or can I get a refresher on what the vision was of the knight that came out of this place?
Yeah.
The one who was wearing
go
the
back over there. Hey, the Gym 22, Tolgar Wolfspine, the barbarian played by Jane, is actually OCD and has done things like that. He does neatly organize dead bodies in rows. That actually is a thing.
One of my favorite parts is when he killed people and chopped them up and threw them down a toilet, which just happened to just wash into the street on the alleyway. So then people were like, someone's
body parts.
Someone's taking crap body parts because there's no blood.
Okay,
Good times.
let's see. So Father Odo's vision.
I was just trying to remember if any of this was stuff that we would know or recognize from that.
Okay, so what he said was, finally the mound cracked open, and there stood, I'll do it in Father Odo's voice, finally the mound cracked open, and there stood a tall man, dressed in black armor. On his shield he bore the mark of Khorne, the blood god of chaos. Around his neck, on a heavy chain of black iron, hung a horned skull made of brass. Same red light poured out of its eyes, as if it were alive or undead. I tried to pray to Ulrich for strength and protection, but my lips wouldn't move. I fell to the ground before the stares of this terrible thing, and then it spoke to me. I'm sure it was the skull that spoke, and not the warrior, for I saw its jaws move. It said, I shall be free. I can feel its presence even now, he says weakly. It's as if the thing is watching me.
Are we not just letting this thing out? That's what it's feeling like. That we're gonna. Yeah. Okay.
It's an adventure arc. Come on.
I
We
want my EXP.
absolutely are letting this thing out now.
Give me my EXP. Don't turn back now.
Medalist.
Have we?
Whatever's in there is probably worth 50 experience points. We need it.
I think I'll level up faster if I drink the blood. If I drink the blood
How many
around
experience
the
points is that?
sarcophagi.
Let's all
Think
drink
it'll
the
level me
blood.
up. Let's
How many
drink the
experience points will you
blood.
give me if I drink the blood, DM? How many experience points if I do that? What if I lick the floor? Is that worth any experience points?
I mean, we
What
were
if I
fighting
suck
those
the
blood guys
bones?
before. If we drank the blood guys, how would that work damage-wise?
Yeah, the self-fulfilling of a prophecy, exactly.
Well, I think the
Living proof that if it's prophecy and it's fated to happen, you can't stop it.
I'm gonna look at the entryway real quick.
Oh yeah.
pretty.
I don't know
sure
why you're so
what-
apprehensive.
We're gonna get back, and the squire's gonna be murdered, and there's gonna be no trace of the priest, and we're gonna be like, what the hell? And we're gonna get back to town, and they're gonna be like, oh well, we found that priest actually dead, and his body was hidden. We don't know who the hell you had with you.
Yeah, you've got.
Yeah, he was dead for 2 months or something.
Yeah,
That's
and it was just this dude
Actually,
that was.
we're gonna
Ghost
frame you for the
Father
murder.
died.
Hey, whatever
Father
gets me
Odo
more
died
experience.
666
I wanna-
years ago this very day.
I want a career exit right now.
My
Do all
puppy
the
is
things.
barking.
You
because he
could have
wants to go
skeletal
outside.
skeletal victim. That's a career exit.
Ooh.
Okay.
That
So
could have been.
so Cadarel, you're searching the immediate area. The only thing of note that you can tell is just kind of the indented groove where the wall fitted, which is easily step overable, as it's only probably
Okay,
half
so
a
it's
foot
like the
wide.
other one.
It's okay as long as it's
Then
not trapped.
I'll pass
we
through
trip.
it, and as to encourage
Oh,
you
wait!
to do it. Oh, oh,
You're
Trip
now in
over
the
the-
chamber. Okay.
oh, sweet.
A trip over the groove.
Wow. So I have a tiny little tiny man who's screaming behind me. He wants to go outside. And I'll be right back.
Yeah, we can, well, it's about. I was about to go to a break anyway, so that's
Okay.
good timing. So,
Alright.
yeah, we'll
He's a
seize this
tiny little
opportunity
man.
to do a quick break while Satch lets out his tiny man.
Can you?
Yay.
Right, yeah. So you've got your 2-foot paddling pool of blood, with your sarcophagus island. Yeah, there's the thing. And I just, right before we went to break, I was telling you, reiterating to you what the vision of Father Odo described.
Is there any black armor that we've seen?
No.
Okay.
Prepperjack, what is Gore's favorite character? Hold that thought, I'll answer it at the end. Remind me.
Hi, John.
And why is it Spook's character? What's up, Medijon? I don't have one favorite character. I have aspects of characters that I like, so I can answer that. But we'll do it at the end.
Looking at this, and my stupid player brain keeps saying, "Piss in the blood, it'll dilute. Piss in the blood." Just.
How much piss do you have to dilute that much blood with any
Right?
effect?
Just really quick, how long was the journey? Did we ever narrate any bathroom breaks?
How much did I drink before I came in here?
Oh, you're buzzing
How
against
scared was I when I saw the blood people?
it. Whack your mic, you're buzzing.
Oh, god damn it.
There you go. I got it. Oh, it's back. So weird. It sounds like an audio feedback. Stop
I
now.
think it's like a mic connection.
That's what it sounds
issue.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Not doing it now. You're good.
We'll see how long that
Oh,
lasts.
No, it's still there.
What?
Sorry,
Fucking.
sir.
Let me just mute myself when I'm not talking. Maybe.
There you go. That'll have to do. It's like a mimic made of laundry. Okay. Okay. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Well, my vote's out there. It's kind of tempting to, like, I don't know, just jump on top of the thing. It's like, could be reached.
Well, let's see. It's about, from the edge to the center is about 3 yards.
Right, but from like this side, that's about a yard, which is about 3 feet, which you can kind of reach over, right?
Let's see. You can get, I think you can reach it. You can kind of sort of reach it.
You'd have to,
A
like,
yard. I don't even have a gun.
It's almost 2.
That's almost 2 yards. Okay, that's about 6 feet. Dang.
So yeah, like
Okay, one of us
reaching
jump.
forward, like you can't just reach the sarcophagus yourselves.
Is it floating or is it like set?
It is. It looks like it is set into it. As I said, the blood is about 4 inches from the lid, so it is like it's like lowered down and submerged in the 2-foot pool of blood.
And does anybody see a way to drain the blood?
There were boxes,
Yes,
and chests
4
and
straws.
things in the other room.
Yes,
Let's not drink the
No.
blood.
No.
Why don't we just take all the crap from the other room and put it in one side of the sarcophagus, like right here, where it's thinnest?
To build like a little like a bridge.
Yeah.
I'd expect nothing less from you,
A
man.
bridge
Wait,
of crap.
why
Pat him
don't
on the
we-
shoulder and go over to get stuff.
Wait, why don't we try to open it?
How do you want to do that without getting into the blood?
Well, you have a staff, don't you?
That looks pretty heavy, but I can give it a try.
We could all try to push on the staff and try to make a
So
bridge
like
from
reach
the
over
lid.
with the staff to the lid and then
Just
hope that it's just one of those
Before we drop it,
sitting
well,
on
you're not getting
top.
that back.
yeah,
It's like a sitting on
definitely.
top
Well, I mean-
slab, not anything with a lip or an indentation.
Well, you could like pry it up a little bit with a staff. You could, maybe.
But what if I... Okay, I'm an elf, so I've taken physics. Putting effort into something that doesn't budge, I might fall into it, you know? Pushing.
I'm an elf.
Only
we
if it
can
does
use
budge.
we can use the elf.
It's in the common knowledge elves section.
That would only
Your
matter if it does move.
Your physics skill just.
I really don't want to risk falling in by exerting force that way. And I'm going to point to the blood.
I'm assuming all of the pots and jugs over here are basically shattered.
Well, what if it's just normal blood?
Pretty much.
Is
But I
there
mean,
like a
you've got like
crate
you know,
or-
there's like a big stone, a big broken stone human-sized statue here, which is a big chunk of stone.
Someone touch it and see if they feel bad.
No, I'm just going to go and help Cad.
These are like little stone 3-foot tall pedestals that are probably a couple
That's
of foot.
perfect.
So you could like grab those and
How
roll
far
them
can I
over there,
jump?
maybe.
Them over. There's a little bit of a ledge. Maybe get a little help pulling it over the ledge.
Yeah. No, I'll help you out. I'll go.
Start,
How
I'm gonna
far
start
can I
moving
jump?
debris.
Oh, the debris
Real
or one of
close.
these things?
Well, yeah, I was referring to just like anything that looks helpful. So the pedestals would probably be first because they're.
Well, the pedestals, if you
platforms.
actually sit it in, if you kind of sit it down in there, it'd pretty much kind of bridge that gap.
Oh dang!
I really
I'll
hate
do-
it
I'll-
when the people with night vision leave the map screen that I'm on because then I can't see anything.
And so
Sorry.
because Matthew Man has the light and he has also night vision,
Yeah, 'cause
so
Matt-
he leaves
Matthew
and
Bane
everybody's
is
just in
carrying
the
the
dark like
staff,
so.
right?
The whole map just
He's
goes
got the
gray.
staff of light.
Yeah,
Alive?
I'll get the second pedestal and
Okay.
put it hopefully somewhere else to maybe make it wider or another access point.
Well, you tell me where you want to put it.
Well, if I put it there, will it also fit, or will there be kind of
There's a
space?
gap, but it's not such a big gap that you can't like.
Okay, so I'll do it on the head of the sarcophagus, the other side.
Okay, hold on then.
Yeah, then we can kind of
Okay.
stand on that.
Yeah, so pretty much you pop these in. As I said, these are 3 foot tall, so you sink them down into the pool, and they will be risen up above the blood to where you're actually slightly. They're probably about 4 or 5 inches taller than the sarcophagus itself.
I'm gonna check the stability. Am I confident that this will stay put if I stand on it?
If you stand on it, like just stand on it. If you was to like move around on it, like to the left and the right, I mean, it's not the stablest of things. I mean, it was just a little pedestal that was and it has a little plate on top that was there to hold an object. So it's big enough to stand on for sure, but
Don't break
it
dance
wouldn't
on me.
take a lot to topple it to the left or the right. If that makes sense.
what should we do? I mean, if we both stand on it, we'd still have to use some kind of force to possibly move the top of this, right?
Right. And it's not nearly as stable as I'd like it to be. There was more debris we could probably...
I mean, if one of us pushed at the top and the other pulled, but that might not work, right? Is there any... Because he said there's no lip, right? There's nothing...
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't tell. Like, it could just be literally a big, heavy slab sitting on top of a rectangular sarcophagus, or part of that lid could actually have an indentation that's fitting down in that hole. You know what I mean? Making it to where it won't just slide left or right. You'd have to lift it first.
Lift it up.
Yeah. But there's no way of telling that by looking.
If someone would spot me here for a moment, I'm gonna try something.
Too bad that hammer's not more solid. Just smash that bitch open. I'm just
Well,
saying.
the hammer was actually made of stone as well, so there's a fairly good chance that...
There's also that massive hammer outside, but I was thinking, there's that stone bust next door. I just want to check really quick. If someone could spot me, I don't want to lean
Would you
over.
like me to do that?
Please hold me. Thank you.
Hold me.
The weak halfling who's almost dead. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So you're
So I'm
going to
gonna-
basically get Bertilda to kind of help you up on it?
Yeah, and like make sure it's not going anywhere. I'm not going
Okay.
anywhere. If I start
I
falling,
mean-
pull me back.
Yeah, I'll stabilize it.
Yeah, I mean, the stone paddling pool, if you want to call it that, is solid. So you can like step up on it, and then from that, step on here. Yeah, I mean, a couple of sensible steps. It's not like precariously wobbly, but you can tell if you was to step on one side to the left or one side to the right, it would probably topple.
It's not a great feeling.
So as
Yeah,
long
so
as you
I'm-
stay in the center, it's somewhat balancing, yes.
So I'm basically on all fours on this thing. So that I can like also be closer to the stone thing. Is that writing on there? Is that
Yeah, it's all
or-
kinds of runic carvings on the top.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and with like the butt end of my hand axe, just kind of like pop it a couple times just to see what kind of sound it makes.
Very solid stone sound. Like, I mean, there's no immediate echo and hollow letting you, but you can see that the slab on top must be 3 inches thick. So,
Kedril, see if there's like something you could put the axe head into, like a prizing thing, you know?
It's amazing. They make locks exactly the size of my axe. This was predestined. Yeah, I'll look for any kind of fault or edge.
I mean,
Instead of,
you can see, obviously, a very, very tiny, thin edge between the slab and what it sits on, but it would take some significant wedging of a axe head to get it in there.
all right, so then I'm gonna just kind of turn back very carefully and look at Bertilda, just like, so there's a very large stone statue in the other room, missing a head, arms, and legs. It's just kind of a torso. Do you think we could chuck that hard enough to maybe crack the stone, kind of like we did to get into this place?
I mean, we
when
can
in
give it a
doubt, break
shot.
it. Okay.
I'll go get the man body from the other room.
Okay.
I'm gonna back off the pedestal. I'm gonna help also.
The
grab
man body.
The
Yeah.
man body.
Bring
Bring
the
it in
man
here.
body in the room.
How heavy is Adonis's torso here?
Oh, it's pretty heavy. Hang on. Yeah, it's pretty heavy, but I mean, nothing you can't kind of roll along the floor.
Oh, so I can't lift it bodily.
You
then.
could lift it, but it would be very heavy to carry that length of distance.
Oh, gotcha,
so
gotcha.
You could probably
So-
pick it up and like waddle it maybe 10 feet, put it down, pick it up, waddle it. After a few, you'd be like, screw it, I'll just...
So between the two of us, we might be able to like hoist it a little, right?
A little. Probably
Okay,
not
well-
enough to hurl it from the edge to the center of this thing.
So
Well,
if
it
we
doesn't technically need to be the center.
What I'm thinking is if we, because I didn't climb on top of the thing, but I did lay down some force on the actual sarcophagus itself. It seems to be stable. If we were to, I don't know, climb onto it, lift the stone and drop it a couple of times, we might get a couple of cracks.
Sure, let's do it.
All right. This is going to be tricky. The pedestals are higher than the sarcophagus?
Yep, by 4 or 5 inches.
Excellent. That makes that a little easier. If we could lift them, the torso onto one of them, then we can kind of roll it onto the sarcophagus itself.
2 people would be enough to kind of maneuver it up onto the side of the pool and then kind of flip it up onto the thing. I would say that would be perfectly doable if you're trying to do this.
Okay. Yeah. And then push it and roll it onto the sarcophagus from there, maybe?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess I'll climb up here and get on top of this sarcophagus.
Okay, you can do that. So you're going to put it to here.
And I'll climb up and...
Okay.
This is a very roundabout way of just breaking stuff, but, you know, roundabout pool of blood. Keep pushing that thing. Keep pulling the thing.
So what are you
Pull
trying
force
to
is probably...
trying to move it to the center?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll take this side, and you take that side. We'll lift it, we'll drop it, and then we run.
Okay, so you like both want to lift it up and then like go whoop, and as it comes, and then both leap off. Is that the game plan?
Oh god, do we have to be that dexterous? Okay.
I don't think we have to leap off. I think we just want to break cracks in the top.
I mean, I kind of feel
all
like
it
this
does
is
is
going to
crack it, you're fine. If it completely shatters it, you're going in a coffin. I mean, it's up to you.
I mean, screw it.
It's also pretty dense. I'm doubting we're gonna get a crack on the first go.
I agree. I feel like this is probably going to break before their sarcophagus, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. Put a lot of force into it. Drop it real hard, right?
All right.
Yup.
Nice.
Well, yeah, we're going to do a density versus density scenario here.
Ooh.
Because the solid stone
forget
slab
material
is
hardness.
definitely going to be harder than the kind of...
Well, the elves got this right because that's their common elf knowledge.
Right.
They got it.
But it also comes down to force.
So
Because
how
there's
do you want to
impact
drop
force
it?
happening in
So holding the thing, you want to like pick it up side by side, or...
Well, I got the shoulders, you got the legs, right?
Okay, so you're going to
Yeah,
lift it
I
up
got the,
and
I got the
basically drop it
interesting
back,
bits.
like body slam back, back down.
Before you do it, put some of your strength into it too. Don't just drop it.
Yeah,
Like,
we're gonna push
throw it.
down. Like we're
Slam
forcing as
down.
hard as we can slam it down on this thing, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Well, that's just gonna stand back and like shake her head that this is the first thing we're going to, not trying to open it by pushing the lid off.
There was no like mark for a lid. We looked.
There's
and
not
also there's
enough
no
to,
e-
Just a little
open
bit,
it.
but like
Yeah, but there's no evidence that we might have to lift the lid or it will just slide. We don't
You could
know.
still just try.
just really
She's
quick.
just
If it's
stepping
3
back. She's
inches,
just stepping
little
back. Like,
dead. Bertilda smash.
The common knowledge elves got this. Okay.
Yeah, right.
okay, so we got 4 yards long by 2.5 yards wide, 3 inches deep,
well,
granite
that's just gonna
slab.
step out of
How
Also-
heavy is that?
Look,
You gonna
I'll
push that with a stick?
we have like 250 years experience between the three of us. We got this.
That's just gonna step out of
We
the
have
room.
so much common elfin knowledge.
Okay.
Ooh,
All right.
Well, that's
ooh.
when you could have just
Can
pushed it
I
off,
do one thing as they're doing it over
What?
here?
Are you gonna cast butter on it to like make it?
Make it slip out of their hand.
No. I want to do a magic dart right at the center of the thing as the thing's falling down.
Okay, so you want to like
Like
impact
force
it.
damage.
So there's force damage on top of the thing,
Yeah.
and then this lands where the force damage is. Okay, yeah, sure, go for it. Marvel
Didn't it
versus
do, like,
Miscast,
6
miscast,
damage
here we
earlier?
go.
Where's Marlo when we need her to just punch it?
punch the shit out of it. Yeah.
Hey, I'm using a dart for this, so you know.
That would be really
Okay,
funny.
go for it.
All right. It's obviously channeling. Hey.
Well,
that helps.
your channeling is successful.
Gore's done with this. He's like, I don't.
Go for it.
This sucks. Using magic like this.
Oh.
Hey,
Horrible.
magic
I just
to
love how
utility.
anytime something happens and Gore's like, do it. knowing full well if it's gonna work or not.
Well, no, I don't know full well if it's gonna work or not. I
I mean,
always
like-
just love to see how it ends up. I
I'm
mean,
just
if it's
baffled
something
this
you
is our
can
first
physically
choice.
attempt, I'm never going to tell you you can't try. I mean,
God damn it.
okay, yeah, that failed.
First choice.
I mean, like, it was either this or we go up, get the hammer, come back down, and have to pass through blood again, and, you know.
Oh, I just didn't club it with the dead beast man that you brought down here.
It's just I've only
It's been
attempted
useful.
I've attempted
Try to open
Minds
it.
of Foundelver once. They did not get that far. They were all brand new, had never played D&D before, and I just aspire to be the type of DM that's just like, do it whenever they say
Yeah, try it.
because
As long as, I mean, if you say to me, I'm physically going to lift the castle, I'm going to say, you cannot do that. You can
I mean,
try,
it's
but
just-
it is not possible for you to physically do it. But there is nothing that says any of the things you are attempting to do cannot be done. Nothing
Right.
says it is not possible to try.
just I aspire to be like that
The
because
results will speak for
whenever
themselves.
all of these new players were throwing out crazy ideas, I wasn't like, try it. It was, are you for real? Is that real?
Yeah, so my dart didn't work, so yeah.
Okay. You wish to try it again, or
No.
okay?
No.
That was one and done.
Well, I mean, I'm doing it as
Can
they're
you drag
dropping
the
it.
castle?
So.
Well, if you've got enough Tarrasques with you, yes. Tame Tarrasque to use as Beast of Burden.
ADD, I'm not gonna remember, but next one off, can we do like a Warhammer fantasy roleplay with one player playing as a D&D 5e character?
This can't possibly hurt me. It's an orc. I've got
It'd be
this.
so funny. Just the rule difference in
Yeah,
the
but
one
but
person
talking
just,
in meta.
like one person's like
Why are you
5
scared?
dungeons ahead. Like
Yeah, why are you scared? I can stick my hand in. I can stick my hand in this mincer. Why? Because it can only do 3d10 damage, and I have 40 hit points. It can't possibly cut my arm off.
it'd be so funny. Okay, yeah, but we're throwing this thing down, Gore. We're
Okay.
breaking this.
So what is your each of your strengths? Oh, your strength bonuses.
No, I forgot. I have stats. So my strength is 25.
So you have a strength bonus of 2. Okay. And what is Bertilda's strength bonus? Is it a 3 or is it a 4? I think it's. I forgot I had stats. Yeah, that should be clipped.
Should be like on a t-shirt.
It's 30.
Yeah.
She's
I
got
forgot
30.
I had stats.
It's a 30 because she's got
Okay,
31.
so that's a 5. Okay, so that's a plus 5 damage. Combined 5 damage. D10 plus 5 damage. Alright, who wants to roll it?
Not me.
Spook has been rolling better than all of us,
Yeah, so
damage-wise.
should-
Alright, so
It's got an Ulfric's Fury.
you can roll a D10 plus 5 damage.
You've gotten Ulfric's Fury more than any of us.
Dude, if we got Ulfric's Fury on this thing, the whole quest will be over.
Yeah, you'll all implode, you'll blow yourselves to pieces.
Oh,
Okay, so 11 damage to the sarcophagus, okay. And the reason I'm saying this is because I have got the hit points for the sarcophagus, and I have the hit points for the stone thingy. So it's 11 to the sarcophagus, putting it down to that. And now it's going to be the same damage in return to the statue. And we're going to see which one breaks first. Okay, that was in your favor. So... Alright. Spook, roll the damage again. $10. Okay, bringing it down. And... You want me to roll low? Oh, you're lucky. Basically, your sarcophagus has 30 hit points, or 30, hit points, I guess. And the statue has has 20. Currently, the sarcophagus is down to 9, and the statue is on 6, so it's actually working in your favor. One more roll. You need to do more than 9 on this strike to break the lid or crack the lid. Alrighty, that is potentially Ulrich's Fury. So, but there's no to hit, so you can just roll the extra d10. So either way, the sarcophagus is breaking. Just how badly is it breaking? Alright, so 19. That's effectively a 10 crit on the sarcophagus. In return, the statue is going to... Oh, ignore that. Or 1d10.
Yeah, scorched +5 is
Plus 5.
15.
It was a plutonium
For 7.
reactor. We
Okay,
just all
so
spirited
finally,
in.
so the statue finally does break into little pieces. I'm going to move you back just so I can get the statue. But it's on the other thingy. So, right, the statue is going to smash, but significantly so is the lid of the sarcophagus. But instead of it just cracking, it is going to basically go and bust inwards in like 6 or 7 large chunks. And you guys are going to kind of be sliding forward as the thing goes and collapses. You can either attempt to go with the flow, or if you wish, at the last minute, you can attempt to leap backwards. It is your choices.
I don't want to fall in the blood.
Yeah.
So you're both going to just follow
I guess I'm going in.
We're gonna do that thing where, like, when you're sitting on one side of the couch and the other kid's sitting on the other side of the couch and your feet are touching.
Okay, well, I mean, as I said, the lid only broke into, like, maybe 6 or 7 huge chunks.
I was thinking
so it's
more.
like it's
Like
busted
when you're
in
sitting
kind
on
of
the
like
toilet
this,
seat and it slides
and you're like,
sideways.
whoa, and you both slide in, and so yeah, now you're both standing on either side of a sloped sarcophagus that's all busted inwards. Whatever is inside the sarcophagus is now kind of being somewhat smushed by the broken lid that's pressing down on it.
The knight
what
from
if-
his vision just pops his head up. And
What if
What the fuck,
what if we
guys?
kissed in the Temple of Corn? Haha, just kidding, unless.
Good job, guys.
They're like standing there all precarious.
Yeah,
Shit.
my immediate thought is what's below me now at this point, because
I mean, you can't see what is in there because the lid is kind of broken and laying on top of whatever's underneath the lid. So the lid is kind of like this, wedged down into it in 2 sides like
Okay.
that, broken into huge shards.
maybe back off and try peeling up the parts. at
You
this
can do
point.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all, all you got to do is step out onto your pedestals and get out of the way. And then, with much smaller pieces, maybe you can slide or drag those out.
Yeah, I'm gonna just
That's
kind of
you.
work my way back off this thing. 'cause
Okay. Yep.
Bad juju.
That's not too hard.
Mm.
All right, so you're going to get off. Spook, is Bertilda doing the same, or you want to stay put?
no, I'll get off.
Okay, all right. So you're going to go ahead and slide off as well. All right, now what do you guys want to do? Now you've got great big stony shards that you can maybe like grab hold of the tops and pull. But the problem is, again, you can't really reach them barehanded, so you're going to have to like use the pedestals to kind of get up there and...
Yeah, realistically, I got off to take a break mentally from what's going on.
Yeah, I'll
Gotta get
I'll-
back in the zone.
I'll take his place if he's really resting.
Okay.
And start doing just that. Carefully going to the edges first, and just lift and slide into the blood, like not.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
they are heavy, but broken into 6 or 7 pieces, they are certainly maneuverable. It is
Yeah,
doable.
I'll stabilize your pedestal there.
Thank you for
They have a
my
wall.
hero. Yeah, so with a stabilized pedestal. Oh.
Okay. So congratulations. Once you have removed all of that, Laying in the sarcophagus is the sinister-looking, chaos-marked black plate mail armor of some huge chaos warrior, clutching a big, nasty two-handed sword. Both of his hands are firmly clasped around the hilt, and the sword is running all the way down the breast of his chest. Around his neck is a big, thick brass chain, and laying attached to the chain and upon his chest is a hideous-looking brass skull.
Is it talking?
It goes, one of you bastards is paying for this. No. Let me, I think I've got you.
It's Matthew Bain.
There you go. All right, yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like right there.
Ooh, that looks.
That's an old school.
So
illustration.
So it's kind of like a big
Okay.
brass skull with like ram horns that come out of the skull and kind of curve up and back. It has a huge, it's got like various different chaos symbols. They're engraved on the brass teeth, they're on the cheeks, it's on the forehead, they're on the horns, on the chain itself. This whole thing looks very kind of, you know.
Okay, so the clasp that it's around the neck of the mummy.
Right, yeah, so the chain is a thick chain. We're not talking about a little necklace chain. We're talking about a big brass link chain, but the links are probably yay big.
Okay. Is there a clasp release? I'm like, what do you
Assuming
call
that there
those?
is, it's probably underneath his neck.
Yeah, so I'm gonna reach around the neck part and just kind of like
Lift it up.
Yeah, kind of like scooch it, you know, so I can see if there is.
Well,
connector.
it's incredibly heavy.
I assume so.
But you kind of like lift it up. Okay. So the upper torso part just kind of goes.
I would be like, sorry, I love corn.
You should take off the head. If you take the head off, he can't come back to life.
I don't want to touch him more than I need to.
Okay, just let me know when you're done.
So with the head with the head of the mummy up, I'm gonna try to grab the chain and prise it over the head.
Like lift it over the head. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fine. There is no clasp. It's the chain
solid.
itself is sealed links all the way around.
Okay.
But you are now holding this thing. You are holding the big brass skull medallion stroke necklace.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the hell off the pedestal holding it to get out of here.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna hold it kind of like priests with a crucifix or one of those sensors that, you know, leaks religious fog or whatever that they call them. And I'd be like, we can go, I guess.
Okay.
Anyone want to hold this?
Maybe not that, but I'm gonna look over. Is he actually clasping a giant sword like that?
He is.
I know someone who could use a giant sword.
Odette?
Odette could use a giant sword.
It would be like a Zweihander to Odette.
So the sword. that-
Incidentally, the first thing I can tell you about the skull is it's ridiculously heavy. Like, a normal person could not wear this around their neck without, like, after about 20 minutes being, like, their neck being weighed down. It probably weighs... It doesn't look like it should weigh that much, but it feels like it weighs about 20 pounds. Looks like it should maybe weigh 1.
Yeah, while Kedril does it, I'm gonna investigate the skull. Probably regretting that choice of words. Like, investigate its makeup, what's inside it, if there is an opening, the outside.
accidentally peer into the abyss.
Yeah, turn evil and kill everybody. Although that probably won't happen. I'll probably just die. Failing.
Okay.
But yeah, I do want to investigate the brass skull.
All right. First of all, you can give me a perception test then.
All right.
It is considered a hard test, so you will be at -20.
Oh, okay. Perception. So the odds of this happening are very low. Oh!
A 1! Okay.
What?
So the first thing you
Two
notice
in one
is
session.
not actually about the skull itself, but about the shadows that it is casting on the wall against the glow of your staff. The shadows are entirely the wrong shape and size. They are not of the item itself. Like you'd expect to see a skull shape with a chain hanging around it. Yeah. Except the shadows are ridiculously black. They are excessively darker than any other shadows cast on the wall. Like your shadow is shadowy. This is pitch black. Secondly, the shadow is probably 4 times larger than it physically should be. It is a huge, big black skull shadow.
Okay.
And as you're holding it, kind of like looking at the shadow, you could swear that the shape of the shadow turned to where the shadow's looking at you, like as if you actually were holding the skull facing you, but you're actually holding the skull facing the other way. Yet somehow the shadow shifts, and you just know that the way the shadow is positioned, it's looking at you.
All right, I'm officially traumatized for a little bit.
That is the coolest narration I've ever heard in my life. Holy shit. Oh. Okay, resume.
Yeah, no, I'm just staring at the shadow, kind of frozen. That's what I'm doing for a bit.
I believe you should probably put that away.
Put it away.
I really don't want to have this in my backpack.
Oh, well,
you
great.
should carry it.
Shove it in mine then. And let's get the hell out of here.
Wrap it up first, and I'm gonna grab the sword from this man.
Okay, you want to take the big black chaosy looking sword?
Yeah. And
Okay.
As I drag it up, can I accidentally drop it through the skull of the dead guy here?
Sure. Well, I mean,
yeah.
you'd have to like
Whoops.
cram it through the. Yeah, you'd have to like drive it down through the
Whoops.
plate helm, or at the very
Yeah.
least, you'd have to lift up the visor and then drive it down.
Yeah. One
Okay.
of those. Yeah. I just want to like.
Okay. So yeah, you lift it. So that what you want to do? Lift up the visor.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a willpower check.
Oh yes, this is what I was hoping for.
What? You want to go insane? What's going on
Well, I'm like 3/4 of the way insane at this point, so why wouldn't I like do this? It's kind of my thinking. There
In
we go.
Warhammer, this is just how things go. The more
Yeah.
crazy shit happens, you're just like, yes, this is what I wanted to
Yeah,
happen.
Okay.
No, like
Um.
bring on the gothic
So
nonsense.
yeah, you pull the thing back, but instead of seeing what looks like a human skull, it is the skull of a ram or a sheep. Like it is not human at all. The weirdest part of it, though, the eyes are still physically intact. They have not decayed, and they are staring bolt upright
Nope.
right at you.
Stab that shit out.
You get a free insanity point. Woohoo!
I love that phrasing. Okay, where
It's
is
free.
insanity in all of this?
It's totally free.
It's cool, guys. I'm an Aries.
I should be
Can we
familiar
simply
with where
say
the
that?
insanity points are, but I'm having a hard time finding it.
They're
They're
everywhere.
IP.
They belong everywhere. Just put them little marks
By
all
your
over
fake
your
points.
sheet.
Yeah,
There-
it says IP.
Oh, and then it's
IP. Yeah, it's your
modifier.
IP address.
How many insanity points do you actually have, Satch?
Well, I'm at 2 at this point.
Hey, like me!
Yeah, nothing bad happens
Good
until
old
you get
elves.
to 6.
That's why their knowledge is so great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
they're
live a
nuts.
long time, you see a lot of stuff, you get a little
Okay, yeah.
lost.
I mean,
Who's
it
gonna
is-
blame you?
you can't help but get the creeps and the willies as you kind of look. This is not supposed to be there. These big, giant, squishy eyeballs should not physically be intact. They should have rotted a long time ago.
Yeah, my original intent was to destroy this. So seeing that and being disgusted and a little freaked out and having my worldview kind of crumbling, I'm gonna destroy this corpse as much as I can with the sword. So I'm
okay. So you're just gonna take the sword and smash the corpse up to oblivion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of just hitting the skull like I was gonna.
So basically, your sword begins to just hammer and dent on the thick black chaos armored plate mail, and probably to the point where eventually it is just covered in damn huge big dents and stuff, and you are like, because wielding a dirty great two-hander that's proportionally way too large for you, really. Is exhausting because it does have the fatigue.
Dirty great two-hander.
Yeah,
Never
a
thought.
dirty great two-hander.
Yeah, and at that point, yeah, I'm gonna keep the sword. I'm gonna back off the thing, completely aware that the sword is too heavy with me, and the shield and the axe that I have. I never use them anyways, and switching to them is such a pain in combat. I'm just gonna dump them in the blood, and I'm taking the big sword.
You're dumping. Oh, so you're dumping the hand axe?
Yeah.
And the shield?
Yep.
Okay, you drop them in the blood. The hand axe sinks pretty much straight away, and the shield just kind of goes like a coin dropped in a glass of water, just slowly drops down to the bottom. Okay, for all intents and purposes, now you have a very ugly, grotesque, carved, handled, two-handed sword. Would you like the stats for that?
Yeah, I just wrote Doom Sword on my weapon slot. I need to know encumbrance more than anything.
Sword that's sure to get me shot.
It might start talking to you soon. We're not sure.
It starts singing. It's like a singing sword.
Oh,
I
gosh.
wear my sunglasses.
Sword's name is Wayne.
Wayne. Okay, I'll change that. Doom
No,
Sword, Wayne.
Named Wayne.
Yeah, that's a Terry Pratchett book. There's a sentient sword named Wayne. Alrighty. Yeah, okay, so, two-handers.
Oh, unchecked proficient, because I'm sure I'm not.
Oh, I'm sure you're not, too.
It's like, oh, your hands are
okay,
soft.
so a
What is
great
that,
weapon. You do need weapon group great weapon to be able to use these. I think. Let me see. But as a great weapon, the encumbrance is 200 because it weighs about 20 pounds.
Dang.
Its damage is strength bonus, but the qualities are impact and slow. Okay. For what does that mean, pray tell? Well, I'll tell you. So, impact and great weapon. So, as a great weapon, the great weapon is a broad category. Any weapon that needs two hands to wield technically is considered a great weapon, whether it's a sword, a hammer, or an axe. But the important stuff comes from the traits. So, let me see here. Impact and slow. There we go. All right. Oh, I zoomed too fast. Okay. So, impact weapons means if you hit with the impact weapon, you may roll 2d10 for your damage and pick the one you want.
That's a nifty mechanic, and I like it a lot.
However, slow means that enemies that attempt to parry or dodge them get a +10 to do so. So when they hit hard, but they are far easier to dodge and parry because you can see them coming. So that's the flip side of that.
That makes sense.
Okay. So you have the sword. What do you guys want to do?
I am doing what Bertilda asked, putting the skull in some sheet or something and giving it to her.
All right.
Like my bedroll or whatever.
And then we're gonna get our halfling some protection, and we're gonna
well, there's still a couple more tapestries inside there that are large enough. So if you guys want to grab another tap.
Do I recognize any of the symbols on them?
On the tapestries?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not, because I don't think you have the appropriate knowledge skills to know.
Probably not. I have genealogy and heraldry.
Ironically, the one that you would have be able to see is actually the one that Satchmo has rolled up in his.
Okay.
Because that one is actually her heraldic. The others are not. All right. Okay. So you guys want to get back to the thing? So by now, just because. I think we'll make do this the easy way. Stop.
No, sorry.
No, not you. I was talking to Roll20. Yeah, so by now, blood, of course, is working its way down the corridor.
Cool. Just what I wanted.
Because it's slowly been seeping in this direction as well. Alright, so what's the game plan? How you planning to get through?
I mean, Cad's not in the best mental state. I'm just gonna walk quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna move as quickly as possible as well.
Am I getting the halfling again, or is somebody...
I don't think they know how I got over here.
Oh, okay.
They don't know the halfling.
Well, we're
halfling
distracted
trick.
by the torrents of blood blinding us, getting in our eyes.
It's
and
obvious.
Stuff.
You guys can kind of get up to the edge here before getting showered in blood. And again, you're only walking through a thin layer. I mean, it's fairly slippery stuff, but as long as you're just walking carefully, it's not a big deal.
All right.
And then basically a dash through this center here. For every round that you end in it, you are or every round you spend going through it, you're gonna make a willpower check, and if you fail it, you're taking a wound.
Except me, right?
Except you if you are completely covered from head to foot in the blankie.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing, and we're heading back over.
All right. Okay.
I am completely covered.
Right, so everybody just run to the other side of the room, and then everybody give me your willpower check except Odette, as long as she dumps the blankie as soon as you're out on the other side.
Failure.
If you fail it, you take a wound.
Hey.
If you succeed, you do not. Okay. Yep. All right. You have made it out of the blood fountain chamber and can continue back towards the entrance. Anybody remember where the other traps were?
Just gonna kick the body out of respect and then move on.
Okay.
There was the one blade trap that broke over this way, so that'd probably be the best way to go because the trap's already broken. Why explore new corridors when the dungeon is finished? Spikes over here, just gonna...
Yep, that right there is where you can see, the kind of loose hanging row of spear spikes kind of hanging out the wall.
Yeah, I'm crawling on the ground. I don't
Yeah,
care.
we're
I don't
still
care,
all
just
crawling
in
on the
case
ground.
somehow
Yeah.
it got reset, right?
Working our way out of here. I wonder if there's still a priest upstairs.
All right. Okay. You guys will emerge out into the open entryway of the Herdstone. Once you emerge out, the corpses of all of the Chaos Warriors and Beastmen that you piled up are still there. Glancing around ominously, there is still no sounds of birds or wildlife in this area whatsoever. It still feels somewhat completely tainted and unnatural.
Yeah, let's get back to the priest that's hopefully still alive.
Yes.
Okay, you guys are going to book it back to Father Odo.
Covered in blood.
Yeah, like, what the hell have you guys been doing?
Oh, the squire's gonna cry.
Oh no, we need you again.
Okay, I think we can switch from scary, spooky stuff to
Eerie stuff. Eerie
Nighttime.
stuff. Yeah.
Woodland stuff. Okay. All right. Yep, so you approach the makeshift feeble barricades that you put together. But this time, the squire does not call out and does not attempt to intimidate you in any way, shape, or form. You're
good, because we told him not to, remember?
Yeah.
Also, he could be
I'm
because
very
he's
proud of him.
dun dun dun. No,
Chad was like, do not.
don't do that, dude. Okay,
I'm very proud of him.
alrighty.
I'm just gonna make up a signal as I'm approaching, just like, like, so he doesn't think it's like an invasion and like stab me as I'm coming up.
Okay, you all head back over to the encampment.
Just work my way
And you are
over.
relieved to find that Father Odo is indeed still alive, as is the squire. Father Odo is laying down underneath a bush, covered in a blanket, resting peacefully, and the squire is sitting next to him, clutching his weapon, kind of obviously looking very
We walk up
unsure
covered
of
in blood. The
himself.
priest has a heart attack immediately.
The priest is blind. The priest is blind.
You're
We're
right.
okay.
Good.
We
Never
can
been
make
so
all
happy
kind of
for him
weird
to be
gestures at him.
blind.
He's fine. Yeah, just gonna kind of slump into the ring and just be like, "Well, that was an experience."
Okay, the squire kind of looks at you, and he goes, "Oh my God! Is that your blood? Was the
Just
battle
gotta-
that terrible?"
Out of
You should see
curiosity,
the other
what
guy.
would you do if it was? Yeah, like it was a lot. There was much experience there. Wow. Whew.
We got it. Yeah.
I'm passing out. I'm done.
He says, Father Odo has grown considerably weaker. I fear his health is waning even further. I don't know how long we can keep him out here in these woods.
Oh, let's.
Oh
Make him
crap,
even
I
weaker
forgot
by
I
making him
has a
travel.
German accent, yeah? I just suddenly forgot all about that. I was so scared that all of a sudden my German's accent just disappeared.
When you're so scared, you forget where you're from.
They scared the German out of me. They scared the Reichlander clear out of my wits. And for a moment, I thought I was from across the sea at Albion.
What time of day is it actually when we emerge?
It's probably evening time because you got there that afternoon. You dealt with the Beastmen. You came back. You set up all of this, and then you trekked all the way back over there and went down there while you still had some daylight. So,
Could Odo survive one more night while we rest up and recuperate?
I
Some of
alas,
us are-
I do not know. But if you are not fit to travel,
We're gonna wake him up. Hey, heal us.
I mean, a few of us are quite injured, and Some of us are a little bit injured, so
It might be a good
So,
thing.
yeah,
to
it'd be like Knights of the Dinner Table. So what's a dead priest worth in EXP? We kill this priest. How many experience points can we get?
It might be a good thing to tell him that we found the thing and we have it with us, so that I
This
don't know
seems
if
to
the
be
proximity is what affects his nightmares, but I don't want to kill him with merely having a brass skull.
Perhaps I
want to
will
kill him
wake
and get
him.
the experience points.
Father Odo. Father Odo, wake up. Our friends have returned. They say they have claimed this skull, Father Odo. You have found this skull? Is this true?
We're just fucking with you. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, look. Woo! Look what we've got, Father Odo.
Look with your eyes of excellence.
No, okay.
we do, yes, Father, yes, and it was quite the ordeal to get it.
Then we must get it back to the temple of the White Wolf, so that procedures and plans can be made to destroy or somehow contain this wickedness.
Do you feel strong enough to travel now, or do we need to wait?
I have rested here for many hours. I do not think that my health is going to change much whether we leave now or later, but I tell you, look like you have been through quite a bloody battle. Perhaps you indeed need rest, yes?
How does could he smell it?
Does he smell it? Yeah, I was gonna say, does he smell the blood?
I think it might be that it's caked all over you from head to toe. You know.
I mean, he's blind.
So, I mean, honestly, you probably can smell it with that much iron in the air.
Jesus.
Yeah,
He probably knew we were coming before the squire did.
I mean, he probably does have,
Yes,
much
how
better
about-
senses of the smell. So,
How about we use what little light we have to find a water source so we could get clean, and then rest here tonight and go early tomorrow?
I saw a stream further back there. You've been lying the entire time. You can see, can't you, Odo? Oh shit. Yeah. Oh damn, they're onto me.
The women, they feel less guarded when I'm blind.
Okay. So yeah, what do you got? So you want to see if you can seek out like a stream or a small pond or something?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Anybody wishing to go out and search for such a thing can make an outdoor survival roll.
Yep.
Anybody
Obed's not going anywhere.
not giving any shits and willing to stay put does not need to bother.
Seeing as I'm the most covered in blood, I'm absolutely doing this.
Okay.
Where is it? Survival.
I knew there was no hope. I just wanted to
So
roll.
Matthew Bain, nope. Batilde, nope.
Odette doesn't care. She's hurt.
Odette
She's
says,
done it.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
not
it's
going anywhere.
outdoor
I'm going to
survival,
sit
okay.
here and pout.
Oh, she'll probably go to sleep, honestly.
Yeah.
She's probably
Hoping for
done.
it. Hey.
But fortunately, Cadel Reld goes, heads to the south and does find a small pond.
I knew we could
falls
count on him
into
to-
it and then gets back up.
to lick some squirrels and fun.
Yeah. I'll go there and clean as well if, you know.
Okay. So
If he
you're going to
tells us.
basically wash all the chaos-tainted blood off of yourselves.
Yes.
All right. As you go to leave, you all kind of wash it off. As you go to leave, you swear that you saw a small trout pop up and blink 3 eyes at you and then go back under the water. You know.
Oh yeah, because I didn't get the chaos tainted blood on me. It was all
Yeah,
just
you-
my
At
blood.
most, you have some on the soles of your feet, but that's probably all washed off or rubbed off on the trek over here.
So mine's just my blood. Okay,
yeah,
good.
you're just bloody because you were beaten shitless.
By blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back and rest. I am
Okay.
hurt a little bit in the head.
Anyone keeping watch or anything like that?
The squire.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
squire
the
can. He
squire.
hasn't been doing shit except, probably
Sleeping.
wetting
Keeping
himself.
watch.
And well, yeah, he's been paranoid this whole time, so he's very practiced at being on watch.
Okay. Alrighty. You set the squire to rest. Watch for you guys. Yeah, I mean, he's been watching vigilantly over Father Odo this entire time, but he doesn't need sleep. He's young, after all. Okay, he will make a willpower test. He has a 33 willpower. All right. 20! He manages to stay awake. Which is the good news. Okay. So let's see here.
Oh, wait. When there's good news, there's also bad news.
Yeah, it's Warhammer.
Of course.
No roll is good news.
Not unless we're rolling it.
Alrighty, so everybody that is asleep in the same area. Okay, all of you can make a challenging, which is a -10 perception test. To see if you are awoken by something.
Aww.
Nope. Matthew Bain is sleeping soundly.
Can I
Everybody sleeping soundly.
Can I re-roll it?
And
Bertilda succeeded.
Bertilda
except
got it.
Bertilda. Okay. Bertilda. So is where you guys are, I guess, is where you're sleeping, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
All
fine
right.
for me.
Bertilda, you are awoken to faint mutterings coming from this direction. It sounds like one of the elves may be speaking or muttering in their sleep.
Of course, because they're both fucking insane.
But you can't really tell which one it is. But it's a strange dialect that you've not heard before, so it's probably actually in their native tongue. You don't speak Eltharin, right? Or Elvish?
No, I don't even.
Why would you? Why would anybody speak that drivel?
I speak Ertengard.
Okay.
I can't read or write. I can barely talk at this point. It's
All right. So that's the harmless information. However, the more sinister fact is laying in Matthew Bain's lap is the brass skull. Not wrapped up, sitting there, basically laying right at his, right at the base of his, if he's kind of laying there leaning up against that tree with his legs crossed, it's sitting like between his crossed legs.
yeah,
just
that's
nestled
disturbing
there.
because it was in my backpack.
Oh, was it in your backpack? I thought he had it.
No, I gave it to her.
Okay, then in that case, you hear the strange muttering, and then when you look down, it is at your feet. The skull is out of your backpack
Nope.
and at
Nope.
your feet.
So much noise. Okay, I'm jumping to my feet.
And that's where we're going to stop tonight, because that's
God
right
damn
at the
it,
end of
Gord.
our show.